Your expectations going into it? What do you hope that those two leaders discussed?
Thanks for having me. I didn't really expect a lot. I thought that President Trump would do well if he simply established a little bit of a rapport with President Putin, but also conveyed a firm message that, in fact, Russia's recent behavior, especially in the U.S. elections, but also in Europe and in the Middle East, causes huge problems for the U.S.-Russia relationship. And if it continues, it won't be possible to build an improved relationship. If he simply conveyed those messages, and he could have, conveyed the tough part pretty quickly, but he had to say it. Then I would have been happy. I didn't expect a big substantive agenda. To the extent we could talk specifics on Syria or Ukraine, that's potentially gravy, although it's also potentially dangerous, because you can't do that much in an hour, and those first two things really had to happen and happen clearly.
Mike, what was your takeaway from the speech the President delivered yesterday in Krasinski Square in Warsaw? Billed as a big speech, addressing Poland's role in the world, holding up Poland as an example of what other countries might do when it comes to economic growth and regulation and foreign policy as well. How well did he do here as we watch Angela Merkel arriving at this concert in Hamburg for a concert tonight with other world leaders?
I thought the speech in Poland was reasonably good. There were a lot of people who I've talked to or read who have critiqued it for not having this or that diplomatic nuance, but I don't expect diplomatic nuance out of President Trump, and I think we have to get used to that. It's a different kind of politician, a different kind of president. We can tell him to say the things we all think that proper U.S.-European dialogue requires all we want, and he isn't really interested in listening. He's a maverick. He's a populist. So when he can go and convey a message that has some elements of populism, but also some elements of steadiness and resoluteness, I consider it to be fine. I'm not going to start giving it the kind of grades I might have given to Barack Obama or Ronald Reagan, but I think it was, for the purposes that could realistically be expected of it, it was fine.
Given the